everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are not new, you'll be like, where are you? This looks a little bit different. I decided to rearrange my room, which kind of goes into today's video, which is going to be kind of like a May reset, because there's some things that I want to get done, some things that I want to change around, and I figured I would bring you guys along with me. So I've actually been sick for the past like 2 days, and when I mean sick, I get pretty mildly sick. By the way, I'm staring at my mirror. You just can't see it in the camera. But I get like mildly sick when I do actually get sick. I think like the weather change, I went out on the weekend, and even though like I did a really good job at taking care of myself, my immune system was a little bit down. So anyways, I've been just kind of resting for the past few days. But with that said, I'm kind of getting some of my energy back. I'm definitely not 100%, but I kind of want to use this weekend to get myself back on track a little bit, but also just plan for the new month ahead when it comes to my workouts, my meal plans, because I want to start eating some new food. And as I just mentioned, I did kind of rearrange my room, so I want to get some prints. I also just created last night a new phone wallpaper where I added my own affirmations for ones that I want to be kind of saying throughout this new month. So I want to kind of show you guys how I quickly made that, just to maybe inspire you guys, because I just think that like every month is a new chance to kind of revamp or add something new into your routine. Now, there's obviously a lot of things that I like to do on a weekly basis in the form of like a Sunday reset. Like once a week, yes, I'm always cleaning. Once a week, I'm doing like an everything shower routine. For the most part, there's a lot of things in my routine that stay the same, but I like to use the new month to add something in new or kind of work on a new goal. Like I said, this month, I really do want to revamp my workouts and get into the gym a little bit more and write out all the movements and basically just like program my workout. It's not going to be anything too deep because I don't like to make everything very deep or very hard or too structured or too whatever. Because this habit of going to the gym and strength training has been such a part of my routine for a very long time, I know that I'm at a place now where I can revamp some of my workouts. And same thing goes with eating. Like I've been consistently, eating from home and really focusing on eating my protein and stuff. So I want to revamp some of the meal ideas now that the season is naturally changing. And I feel like I actually wake up a lot earlier now. So that kind of changes like my eating schedule a little bit. And just naturally you get sick and tired of eating the same things sometimes, at least for me, but it takes me a while. But I feel like now I'm at a point where it's like, okay, I'm done just eating steak and Greek salad. Like I will continue to eat that, but let's just add something in and like, I don't know, have fun with eating. But guys, I don't know about you, but for me, when I get sick, and this also happens when I am menstruating, which is funny because I'm gonna be bleeding next weekend, so I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of downtime. But when I'm sick, I sometimes get like the biggest quote unquote like downloads, or I don't even want to call it a spiritual awakening because like that's a little extra, and I definitely didn't have any sort of like spiritual awakening. But I tend to find when my body is forced to rest, I reflect a lot and I think about things that I want for the future or like new goals. It almost gives energy of like a really big rebrand that my body and my mind and my soul is like really craving. And so when I'm better, that's usually kind of what I take action on, is any of the things that I thought about like rebranding essentially as I was sick. And what I was doing for the past like few days was spending a lot of time on Pinterest and making Pinterest boards and coming up with like content ideas and just thinking about, okay, well, what do I want my content to be for the main channel and also the podcast for the spring and the summer, now that it's essentially here. It's so crazy. Just like new vibes for photos and content. But I think that even if you aren't sick, you can obviously still do that. And I think that it's actually fun to do that on a month-to-month basis. But my vibe for sure for May is gonna be heavily focused on working on those small wellness habits that we tend to just skim by because they don't make the biggest quote unquote difference, but then over time they technically do. Just like maximizing on the fact that I have longer days and there's just so much more that I can do in my days, and kind of just like moving out of a lazy period of time. Not even lazy, but just, I don't know, like there's no excuse now to not do extra steps for self-care routines or wellness habits. But beyond that, I just am really wanting to pour into myself this month. I think, yes, I'm always putting the focus on myself, but I think sometimes we get into this like autopilot type of self-care and routine and stuff, which is totally fine because, you know, we don't always have to be in this energy of like, I'm working on myself era. But I kind of feel like I'm going back into the intentional working on myself era. Like every day, the only thing that I'm really the most interested in is pouring into myself and just really doing those extra things that make me feel happy, because it just makes me feel happy. Like it's not about, oh, I need to do these things because I just need to get things done. It's just like, I do, when I'm not being such a tyrant, I do actually enjoy a lot of self-care and wellness and just romanticizing your life. And I think naturally, because spring and summer is essentially here, it's just like way more fun. I don't know, everything's better in the spring and summer because the sun is freaking out and you're just 10 times more motivated. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, well, let's capitalize on it because it's freaking May. And I'm getting ready right now actually to record my monthly recap off-topic episode on my podcast channel, which I have a podcast if you guys are new on YouTube, but you can also listen on Spotify and Apple. So I'm gonna be talking about some of like my favorites that I've been like loving when it comes to health, wellness, beauty, but also just like updates and just things, I don't know. It's kind of like a chatty episode, so if you guys want to listen to that, you can. I literally just lost my train of thought. I think it's just because I am low-key still a little bit sick, but whatever I was saying, essentially, I'm just in the mood to reset. It's new energy. It is first week, well, when you guys are gonna get this video, it'll be first week of May. I actually can't believe that May is already here. I just feel like it was just yesterday that I was crying in February, just hating my life, wanting it to be light out, but it not being light out. So with my little sick in bed rebrand, I decided that I wanted to move my makeup station area table in my room. And I've tried to do this before, but I didn't like how big this table, and I will show you guys like once I get up and stuff. I didn't really like how this table didn't necessarily fit because it's a little bit big. I used to have the IKEA mom dresser for the longest time, which is like a vanity table where you pull out the drawer. Oh my God, that was so iconic. I had that in high school all the way up into college. I had that actually. And I kind of wish I had it because it's a little bit thinner. Like it's not so wide, so it doesn't come out into like my bed area. But honestly, I do have enough room and I've just pushed my bed away a little bit. I just wanted my room to be a little bit full. But with that said, especially now that I'm going to be filming a lot more in my room, I want to get some prints for this area here. And what I did for my podcast studio is I went on Etsy and just found some like cute little butterfly blue aesthetically wallpaper, and I just got it printed at Staples. So I have been searching on Etsy for a few prints, found a few that I like, so I'm going to show you guys those and I want to get them printed. But because I am still under the weather, I don't know if I'm going to go to Staples and get all of that today. It might have to be tomorrow. And also I really want to get a new duvet cover. I've been looking at ones on Amazon and online, but I'm also just thinking like if I'm gonna go out and go get the prints at Staples, maybe I should just check a Winners. I checked the Winners near, it's not really near my place, but closer to my place, and they didn't have any. And I know that I got my duvet cover not last year, oh my God, it's so old, but I got it from, was it Winners or HomeSense or something? Like sometimes they have them. So I kind of want to go in store and see, because one, I'm kind of impatient and I kind of want to get something now, but two, I just feel like sometimes there's better deals if you just go in the store. So that could be another thing that we do, go to HomeSense or Winners as we go get those prints. So we'll see if we get up to that today or tomorrow. Like I'm really not trying to rush myself. And I know that after I record my podcast episode, I'm gonna feel a little bit fatigued because when I talk a lot, I will feel sometimes fatigued, especially if I don't actually have the energy to do so. Also, I do need to film 2 brand deals. These are not going to be for YouTube. They're going to be for short form content for Instagram. These videos are not due until Monday though, so I'm definitely not going to do them today because trying to film this video and then doing a podcast episode and then too short form content, especially when it's brand deals. We're not trying to do that. Today is gonna be way too much, so I wanna give myself ample amounts of time. So just a PSA maybe, don't rush yourself. If you are not feeling 100%, don't push your body. Even just think about this, if let's say, you know, actually I'll think about this in terms of when it hit May 1st, which it's May 3rd right now that I'm filming, but when it hit May 1st, I was kind of like, oh shit, well, that was kind of when I was not feeling good, but I was also like, oh shit, like I didn't even really think about my goals for this month, and like, where did the time go? And oh my God, I should have maybe like made a reel or something. And I didn't even have an idea of making any sort of like reset video for YouTube or anything like that. So I kind of felt like I was not on it, and I was like kind of not rushing myself because there's nothing to rush, but I was getting in this rushing energy, and I'm like, okay, you don't need to rush a damn thing. You're sick for one, like I wasn't feeling good, but even if you're not sick, like you don't need to rush just because it's May 1st, or you know, just because everyone is doing their content or everyone is doing their thing. And I just think it's important to not rush yourself, because you know, when you keep forcing yourself to do things when you're not ready, sometimes what ends up happening is you just create more chaos that's not needed. And I'll give you an example of how I've been sick. On Wednesday, I was hoping that Thursday I was gonna be able to record this video and record my podcast. But I told myself in my head, I might wake up and not feel good enough to even do that. And I can't keep pushing myself to do these things, because then I'm just not gonna recover. I woke up, I didn't feel 100%. And when I woke up and I didn't feel 100%, I didn't bash myself, I didn't get in my head, I didn't stress myself out, because that's what I would do if like I'm not quote unquote hitting the goal that I had on my, you know, calendar for that day. I would like bash myself and be like, oh my God, I'm like losing progress, or I'm not working fast enough, and this, that. And I know that there's things that you just have to do. Like at this point, like I kind of have to start recording, and I'm not 100%, that's fine. But I made sure to do my best to honor my body before honoring some of my goals on my list as much as I could. And I just feel like if I forced myself to do all of this work on that Wednesday, I probably still wouldn't have recovered the way that I'm even recovering right now, which would make this weekend probably just me having to lay down and rest the whole entire time, and that's not how I want to recover. So anyways, just when you're not feeling up for it, it's okay to do the bare minimum. Just do what you can, love yourself through it. You're gonna get back up. You're gonna be able to do whatever you need to do whenever you need to do it, and everything is going to be good. So I'm gonna make some coffee, because I know that if I don't, I'm gonna have a pounding, guys, listen. My body is so addicted to caffeine that the moment I go past a certain time that I usually have caffeine every single morning, I get the worst headache. And I know that that will go away once I wean myself off. And I've been kind of trying actually, but maybe we'll talk about it in a different video, but also whatever, not now. Anyways, I'm just gonna have a little bit of coffee, because the other day when I was sick, like the first day that I was sick, I didn't have any coffee because like my body was not craving coffee. I didn't need caffeine for literally anything. And oh my God, did I ever have the worst headache, which made, I feel like, the cold or whatever that I have even worse. So we're not gonna do that today. We're gonna have a little bit of coffee. I'm gonna sit in bed and just like journal a little bit. I have a call at 9:30, a very quick call, and then I'm gonna get right to recording the podcast episode. Okay guys, I found a really good playlist on Spotify. It's called POV You're That Girl. I've been listening to this playlist for like a few days and I'm obsessed. There's so many good songs in here. I would definitely recommend. But if you guys know me, you know I like to make my own playlist. So I've added a few from this playlist. I mean, there's obviously a lot that I actually know, but I made a new one. I literally make a new playlist, I swear to God, every single week. And you guys love it, especially on Instagram. But I just made one called POV You Feel Good. And I only have like 5 songs in here right now, but I'm gonna curate it. So I'll link my playlist down below. But this song by Post Malone, like, first of all, he's definitely, it's gonna be a Post Malone summer. I already know this. He's coming out with a song with Morgan Wallen. I feel like he's just, I don't know, it's not like he's making a comeback, like he never really left anywhere. He has really good music, but this song, there's something about that song that gets me in a specific mood, and that mood is giving May. It's giving spring into summer. Also, this song Bodyguard by Beyonce from her new album. I don't honestly listen to a lot of Beyonce, which just don't even come from me. I don't want to hear it. I honestly don't. I don't know why. I've never really been somebody who listened to a lot of Beyonce. Regardless, I'm listening to her now, and the song Bodyguard, it just gets me feeling like I'm in love. Like love exists, and that's definitely obviously in my playlist. Also Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. That's another artist I haven't really been listening to too much. And then there's a few other songs. So anyways, I am obsessed with these songs. And just a pro tip, if you are wanting to invite new vibes into your life, do it with music. I journal a lot. I can flip my thoughts and think positively and think about my goals and things that excite me. But sometimes if you don't want to even do that, like if you don't want to even try, all you have to do is play a song that reminds you of something like exciting, and instantly it's completely changed your mood and you just feel like love exists again. And that's what I usually do for a monthly reset without even trying, but that's what I usually do is I'm making a playlist. Like I think I've made, how many playlists for April? I made like 3 playlists for April actually. I made my summer Afrobeats playlist, which I've been working on that for a while. So that's gonna be a staple. Like some of these playlists are for sure staples, and then some of them are definitely like mood dependent. I made another one called Come Closer, and it has a lot of like Chris Brown, like just sexy vibes. And then I made another one called My Toxic Trait, which is just music that you probably wouldn't think that I would probably listen to if you hear me talk about healing, self-love, wellness, habits, things like that. But I like to say this a lot. I feel like I'm like a rap hood girl at heart. I really like questionable music sometimes. So like some of the artists that are on here, Ken Carson, Yeet, Playboy Cardi I think is on here, Trippie Redd, Rich Amari. So I don't know, if you guys like that music, then definitely go check that out. For May, for sure, it's gonna be the POV You Feel Good. Okay, so let me quickly talk about my new phone screen, which are just some affirmations and things that I am wanting to constantly see in my mind and be repeating. And I feel like I'm just like outing my internal dialogue, but whatever. You guys are like my besties on here, so I don't really care. So these are just 4 things that I'm thinking about focusing on right now in my life. This number, obviously, it is for finances, and that's just a specific number that I am trying to see more frequently. So that's why it's on there. It is very unique to me, but I think affirmations need to be something that you're actually trying to really believe or normalize or see all the time, instead of being like, oh, I am loved, I am hot, I am pretty, I am worthy. Like you can do that if you want, but specifically like top priority is very specific to what I'm going through in my life right now. This, everything works out in my favor, is just a reminder that I want to continue to remind myself of, that I actually like know and believe and live by. This is a specific number, of course, that I'm trying to see more frequently, especially like the 5-figure situation. And I'm not going to get into the story of like why it's 20K and not 30K or 40K or 50K. That's just specific to me. Same with that green arrow. And I love taking care of myself right now. That's something that I want to affirm more to myself, because I want to spend more time really loving and enjoying doing my self-care, especially those small habits like I was talking about in the beginning. So all I did was go into Canva, and then I just typed in iPhone wallpaper, and I just picked like any one of these. You can just like click on them. I know I have like the paid version, but you can get like, there's definitely ones where you can get the free one. But essentially all you want to do is make sure that it's the right dimensions, and then I would press customize. And what I would do is I would go to Pinterest, get a photo that you really want to be your vibe. So like, let's say it's this one right here. I'm gonna copy this image. I'm going to paste that image on here, make it the entire thing, and then obviously I'm gonna add some text. You can obviously go in and change it, and then you're just gonna write your affirmation. And that's how I got this right here. And because I have Canva on my phone, I just opened up the app and saved it to my phone, but obviously you can just like download it. I just think this is such a good idea because you can make your background whatever you want the vibe to be. Like right now, I don't know, I really like the colors of this photo and I wanted to be specific with my affirmations. So I just think that this is something that I'll continue to do every month, is just going in and adding a few affirmations that I'm really trying to continue to normalize and saturate my mind with, that are very specific to me. And it's nice sometimes to go on Pinterest and find like little quotes and stuff, but I do think that you could also just make your own. I also made this as well. This was a bunch of Pinterest photos. I was going to put affirmations over top of it, but I just felt like it was too messy. It's really cute, but I just felt like this was more of my priority, literally. So every time I open my phone, like every morning, I see these affirmations before anything else, and I'll actually say them out loud and I'll just look at them and I'll repeat them and I'll just, you know, saturate my mind with these affirmations. So anyways, I am going to get on my call and then I'm gonna record my podcast episode and then we will see where the day takes us. Okay, I am done recording my podcast. I feel so drained. I just ordered some, what kind of food is this? I think it's called Vietnamese food. Vietnamese. Okay, whatever. Vietnamese food. Oh my God, I'll show you guys when I get it. It is literally the best freaking food I've ever tried. It tastes so good and it's gonna hit so good. Oh my God, guys. Okay, look, I wish you could taste this. So this is what I got. It's called stir fry beef vermicelli bowl, and I think the vermicelli is like the noodles. I put mint in here so it tastes so fresh, so freaking good. And it always comes with this chicken roll, and then what I get on the side, I order 2 more of the pork rolls, but I actually ordered double because I want some for later, and it has this like yummy Thai tasting sauce in this one as well. Oh my God, this is my favorite thing ever. So I'm gonna get into bed because I need to rest my body. I'm definitely feeling really exhausted. And you know the feeling when you're sick and you get chills and body aches? That's how my body was feeling yesterday, which I don't normally feel. And I don't feel like that today, but I don't wanna get my body to there again. So I'm gonna lay down, eat this, I'm gonna watch Summer House, and then we'll convene. Good morning. It's not morning, but I always say that. It's so funny. When I send voice notes to my friends or answer the phone, majority of the times what we do is we say, good morning, even if it's not. It is almost 5 p.m. I just woke up from a nap. That's why I don't have any makeup on, because I washed it off before I went to sleep. And I'm feeling good, but I'm just gonna chill. So my friend that actually moved really close to where I live now, which is so nice because, I don't know, it's a whole story. But she was also like really resistant to moving a little bit away from like the downtown core area. And I told her, I'm like, you're like a wellness girl like me. Trust me, you're gonna love it over here. And she's like, no, everything's not blah, blah, blah. Anyways, to sum it all up, we manifested her ass living very close to me. So I told her yesterday that I wasn't feeling good because we were supposed to do something this weekend. We were considering going to the island or just like a cute park to, I don't know, sit and paint or like whatever. But the weather is not that predictable yet because we're just in spring. So, you know, some days it's raining, some days it's not. And on top of that, I haven't been feeling good. So I told her that we're gonna reschedule and do it another day. But she told me that she was gonna make me muffins and bring them to me, especially because I live like so close. So she said that she's cooking them. Like I woke up from my nap and she said that she was cooking them. So I'm assuming she'll be dropping them off soon. I think what I want to do now though is just tidy up my place so that it's not super messy for tomorrow. So I just have to put in some laundry, do some dishes, and then whenever she drops them off, she'll drop them off. And then I want to look at the prints so that I can order them so that I can make sure to pick them up because I want to get them tomorrow. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, quick interlude. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. My friend is the cutest, the most aesthetic girl ever. I'll pop up her Instagram. You guys need to follow her if you love like wellness content. She teaches me so much about being aesthetic, I swear, and she's like the happiest girl ever. Anyways, these are so cute. She told me that they're protein muffins, so she added protein powder. I think there's Greek yogurt and an egg or something like that. So I am definitely gonna have one of these. Actually, I'm gonna try it now. Also, I want to show you what I just got in PR. Okay, update, that muffin was so good. And let me just quickly say, having friends that you look up to or motivate you honestly makes life so amazing. I have so many different types of friends who are very successful or they do cool things, and they just teach me so much. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know, like I feel like in high school everyone's trying to grow into themselves and stuff, and friendships are a little bit different, and it's totally fine to not have friends who are always inspiring you and always motivating you. But as I got older, like there's just certain people that I surround myself with now that I can genuinely see how they have an impact on my life, which is big for somebody who has grown up doing basically everything herself from a very young age. And I very much so have the identity of I can do it myself. I'm not gonna ask for help. I don't need help. My way or the highway. Honestly, I kind of have like that only child syndrome, but also just being somebody who's had to do everything themselves. Like it's not hard for me to see it other ways, but I just do things my way, which I like. I definitely like doing, and I always do that. But it's just nice to have friends who are like motivating. The reason why I'm saying that is, well, one, it's so sweet that she brought that over, and I used to never have that type of like friendship with people because I would like push people away. But also, I was just thinking of the fact that like she's so good at creating aesthetic content, and she kind of like pushes me to get out of my comfort zone. And just being around her, like when we go out and her making content that she does, she just motivates me to make cool content myself. And just she shows me that it's not as hard as you think, or like you can just own like recording yourself in public if you want, things like that, which I'm very like, I don't really do. And it's not that I need to do things exactly like her. It's always just nice to have somebody who's showing you that things are possible. And she's definitely one of those friends when it comes to like content, but also when it comes to cooking. She loves cooking, and honestly, I don't think I'll ever really be somebody, maybe not, listen, actually, let me take that back. Not in my current period of life do I enjoy slow cooking and really enjoying the process and everything like that, which sometimes gets in my way of making meals that I really want to make and like diversifying my diet and stuff. But she loves cooking, and we went to Farm Boy the other day, and she was just telling me, because I was telling her like I'm so bored with all my meals. I was thinking about getting a air fryer and stuff, and in the moment when we were at Farm Boy, she was telling me like probably 5 different meal ideas of how I can make like with an air fryer, or just even like on its own. She just like had so many ideas in her head and how she could eat. Like she just made it sound so easy. And you know, I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but she just shows me that I make things a little bit more difficult than need be without her even actually saying that. And I also just think in general, having other friends who are in different fields or teach you other things that you don't know or just know better than you just really, I don't know, up levels your life. Like I just think about my best friend Joey. She's a finance creator, which is crazy because she's helped me so much understand how to invest. And I just never had any financial literacy growing up. I didn't come from money at all. Not only did I not come from money, I didn't know how to make money, but I also never knew how to save it or invest it or anything. Like I didn't even understand economics. I didn't understand how the world worked. I didn't understand stocks. I didn't understand any of it. Like any of it until I really honestly became friends with her. But obviously I like did some more research and stuff, but having somebody in your close immediate life that understands things more and can sit down and walk you through things is obviously really good. And she's helped me so much. And just being around somebody who finances to them is just second nature is really obviously rubs off on me. And for me, being a content creator, I grew on TikTok. My first platform was TikTok. I grew really quickly, and then I did the same thing for YouTube, and I did it with my podcast. My podcast channel is different than my podcast back end, like the download side. But anyways, I just I don't know, I think I'm the friend who's always kind of had confidence in what they're saying and this, that, and I see people and how they have so much value. And for Joy, I was like, dude, you are so good at finances. Like, you should start on TikTok. Like, you should talk about these things. And this is when we were serving together. We were like having our normal jobs before we were content creators. And then I was a content creator and I became really big. And even as I was leaving my job, I was obviously still friends with her. And I was telling her, like, you should just go on TikTok and start talking about finances and this, that. And she was so scared, and it took her a second and this, that. And I just instilled a lot of confidence in her, and I obviously showed her it was possible. And now she's a full-time content creator. She literally just came back from Times Square on Wall Street, and she went with a company that she's affiliated with like heavily, and they do like stocks and stuff. I don't know. That world is, it's not that confusing to me because I'm friends with a lot of her friends that are finance creators now, which is also nice, but also the type of like content and brand work that she does is different than the content and brand work that I do, but I still know a lot about it. But anyways, she went there with the team of people who she met through being a content creator. And I'm not saying like, oh, that was possible because of me, but genuinely she started all of that because I was in close proximity to her, somebody who's done that. But I just think it's so important that you do surround yourself with people who are just killing it. I know it's not always possible and things take time. When Joy and I were friends, I wasn't even a content creator. When we started being friends at work, I wasn't a content creator, and she didn't teach me about finances, and I didn't know about that. And even my other friend, Tess Barclay, she's really, really good at content creation as well, more so for the brand and marketing side. She's taught me a lot about marketing, which is so good to know in this industry. I have a really close friend of mine who was originally my somatic therapist, and she is now just such a close guidant, like angel of a person in my life, and really kind of steps up into that kind of like mother figure in many aspects. My mom's still in my life. I love my mom. She's my mom until the end of my day. But there's just things that Rachel is available for and has helped me and guided me, and also even in general in terms of the line of work, in terms of somatic therapy and things like that. I've learned a lot from her. So anyways, I got a package from Essence Cosmetics. I actually worked with them last summer. Let's manifest working with them again because I love Essence Cosmetics. I actually really like their makeup, by the way, guys. Like, they're really cheap and affordable, and they're actually really good makeup. So they came out with these lip oils, Hydra Kiss lip oils. So there's 3 of them, which, you know, I know the girls are really obsessed with lip oils recently, so I'm gonna definitely have to try these. I mean, I guess I could just try it right now on camera. Okay, I love the color. It gives me a little bit of color, which I love for my lips. And you know what? It feels bomb. It feels definitely like a lip oil, like not too, it's not sticky at all. It's not sticky at all. This one is pink champagne. Oh, this is, honestly, why do I like this more than the Rare Beauty one? That's crazy. Anyways, let's continue to clean and then we'll get on with the day. Okay, dishes are done. I have changed into my Nashville shirt because I got really hot. So, like I said, I want to find some prints to go alongside here. So like, as you can see, I got this from Etsy and I did frame it, which I feel like goes perfectly in this area. Then I also got this print as well. I didn't put it in a frame because it didn't, like, I printed it out wrong, and honestly, I shouldn't really be putting up anything on the walls, so I kind of just left it there. It's totally fine like that. But let me quickly show you guys what I did. Everything is a little bit messy, but I just want to explain. So I moved my desk in my room like this, which it looks so messy and not cute, but I promise you, it's nice when the sun is out and everything's not super messy. I just think in terms of filming, like, filming is best when you're in front of natural light. And when I'm doing sit downs, whether I am talking, doing my makeup, doing my hair, or just anything, I just feel like I want a new background and I want something different. I also put my plant here because it was really high, and I feel like that goes for now. With that being said, I have my bookshelf here, which I have so many books overflowing at this point that I need to fix everything. But because my table is now here, I definitely need to fill out this wall. Here is my current living room situation, which it literally looks like I just reverted back to what it looked like when I first moved in, which is not the vibe. But I will say, I really love having this mirror here, especially for photos. Like, it's kind of white, like it's just the way that the camera's picking up. But I do think that having photos in this background is just more aesthetic, and I just wanted something different. And honestly, this mirror does open up the space more. But my thing is like, okay, well, what goes here? Because obviously this is not staying and that mirror is not gonna stay. Like, what goes here? And there's like nothing here. So what I was thinking was, okay, I definitely need a print or something here. And I could maybe even put a plant or something, but there would be enough space for me to get a small little table like in the corner here with a chair here and a chair like over here. And then I could have something like here and then a piece of artwork or something. And I think that that's what I'm gonna do, because I can't fill the space on the ground with anything because I already have a carpet here and there's nothing else to do. So the only other option is for me to leave this space really open. And even when I do fill out this side, I just don't think I'm gonna love the emptiness. And it would be nice to have some sort of seating area when I eat, because realistically, when I eat, I either eat on the ground, I just sit on the ground, or I sit on my couch, which I feel like when I'm eating on my couch, it's more if I'm watching reality TV and I'm chilling, but I don't want to be eating on my couch or on the ground, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it kind of would be nice. And it would also be nice to have a seating area where I'm not in front of a screen or on my phone. That would be a nice habit to try and break, but we'll see. So I've been looking on Etsy for different prints. I just type in affirmation wall art and then just see whatever comes up. So I have a few in my cart right now, but I think I want to get these 3 for my room because they go together, and I know that I want more than one because the wall obviously is quite big, and these specifically actually resonate with me. Remember how I told you guys affirmations are important that you resonate with, or I just feel like there's not a point on really having it on your phone or around your place. I don't know. That's just my opinion. So these say, what you think, you create; what you feel, you attract; what you imagine, you become. And I honestly live by this. And I love the colors. I think the colors would work really well in my room because I'm just also thinking about the colors that are on my bookshelf. I have a lot of different colors on my bookshelf that range from orange to yellow to blue and this, that. And I was like looking at different ones here. Like I have an all pink one that I could have done. There's like blue, but I'm just thinking I don't want to go too blue or like too bold with a color because I don't want, like I want my room to be vibrant with multiple colors. And I feel like I want to stick to certain colors like out here. So anyways, I think I'm going to do that. And then all you do is when you buy it, you get different file types, and then I go to Staples and I upload the PDF or the file type, whatever, and I get them to print it the size that I actually want, and then I just pay for it and I pick it up. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now that I'm considering actually getting a table for this corner here, I don't wanna buy a print or anything for the walls until I do the table thing. So what I'm gonna do now is quickly look online and check out some tables, see different pricing and things. And I'm gonna do my best to not procrastinate doing this, because what I do with living room furniture is I don't know what to decide on and then I take forever doing it. But regardless, I'm gonna get the print at least for my room so we can start on that and we can get like a good vibe. I'm going to finish my food. I'm watching Brittany Broski right now. If you guys, oh my God. I said this on my podcast, you either love her or you don't get her. It's not whether you love her or hate her, you either love her or you just don't get her, okay? And I love her, so I'm just gonna play that and look online, and then I'm probably just going to edit some of this video here so I can get on top of it, so I can get this out, and then we will commence tomorrow. I need to do my brand deal, so I need to get ready and then pick up the prints, try and find a duvet cover, all that kind of stuff. And tomorrow I will show you what I'm gonna be writing out for my workouts and my meal plan. Good morning. I probably sound more sick than I did yesterday. I think that has to do with the fact that I got the worst sleep last night. I probably went to sleep around 2 a.m. So you can only imagine how I'm feeling right now. Also, I woke up in the middle of the night with night sweats, which only happen when I'm on my period. Usually it's like the first day or the second day. It doesn't always happen, but it usually does. And I know that I'm gonna get my period soon, so I don't know if I'm getting my period early, if it has anything to do with the fact that I'm sick. Because sometimes when I'm sick, it doesn't usually come early, but it kind of messes it up a little bit. But also, I did track my period later than usual, like putting it in my app from last month. So I don't know if I'm like off a few days like on the app because I forgot, but usually it just knows when my period is, so it just like recalibrates and like moves the dates to where it would assume to be. Anyways, with all that said, I feel not good right now. That's why I'm thinking that I might be getting my period like now, because I am so drained, but obviously I just didn't get enough sleep. Anyways, with that being said, I did my best this morning to eat when I woke up. Oh, by the way, oh my God. Last night, if you guys have seen my water filter system, where it's like this big thing with like little mineral rocks and stuff in it, and it filters out fluoride and then adds back in minerals to my water. It's like one of the best investments. I would suggest getting it if you're wondering. But I've been drinking a lot of water recently. I have been talking about how my goal is just to drink more water. I upgraded my water bottle. I've been going to hot yoga more, so I've been just drinking a lot more. With that, I have to fill it up quite often. So last night I was trying to fill up my water bottle and it was really, really empty, and I like turned on the little tap thing to let the water go in, and I kind of like leaned it forward to myself so that it could kind of drain out. And then once all the water was basically out, I put it back, and then I picked up the top thing and I put the water in so it could drain overnight. Not drain, but like filter overnight, so in the morning I could have a bunch of water. I wake up this morning, I realized I forgot to put the tap back shut. So the whole entire night, all of the water that was dripping down came completely out of the water machine. And it's crazy because I usually wake up once throughout the night, and especially last night I could not sleep, so I was going back and forth, and I didn't realize that the water was coming out because it's basically on that little bar cart that I have out there, and so it was just collecting water. And so this morning I go, all my bags are drenched. Thank God I didn't put anything of electronic device type of thing on there, so I didn't really ruin anything other than just my bags got completely soaked. So anyways, I cleaned that up. It didn't even go on the ground, like it didn't even drip on the ground, but when I tried to pick up the thing, it kind of tilted over and it went on the ground. Anyways, it was a whole mess. I cleaned it up. Tell me how I go into the washroom. I get a knock on my door. It's security, and they're like, are you like using water or something? And I'm sitting here like, I didn't know what she was talking about because I had no idea what she was saying. And then she was like, oh, because like the apartment downstairs, they said that there is like water coming through. And I'm sitting here like, how is that even possible when it didn't spill at all from the bar cart, and it only spilt this morning, like when I kind of moved it. So anyways, I don't know. My apartment building is really, really new, so I wouldn't be surprised if you put a little bit of water on the ground and it's all of a sudden going into the floor. But anyways, I told her the situation. I just told her, well, I wiped it up, so there can't be any more water coming down. So that was my morning. So I had a shower, and I was really planning on just getting ready, and then I was gonna film because remember I told you guys I have 2 brand deals to do today. I was even gonna consider just do the one because I kind of have to get ready for it. The other one that I actually don't really, because it is with a body care company. But I am so like stuffed up, and I honestly feel like I had an edible or something. And that's why I feel like I must be going on my period, and also I didn't get sleep, because this is like wild the way that I feel. But I digress. This is the plan for today. I just made my workouts for the week and my meal ideas, which I'm gonna show you guys. We are going to walk to pick up the prints because I ordered them, and it's a beautiful day, and I wanna go out and get as many things as I possibly can, even though I'm literally like not like coherent right now. I want to like get out as early as possible, and then I'm gonna come back. I'll probably take a nap and then film my stuff later and get ready later. I'm not even gonna stress myself out about it, but depending on how I'm feeling, I'll do my best to go to the grocery store like later tonight. I'm not gonna stress about it too much because honestly my appetite is still not here, or I'll do it tomorrow. I probably won't cook any meals in this vlog because I don't like cooking when I'm not gonna eat the food, but we will see. Either way, let me show you guys what I came up with. Very simple. Maybe this will just either inspire or motivate you. And I know you guys ask me a lot about like workouts and what I eat. And if you are not new here and this is the first time you've watched my video, I talk in length all the time about how I used to have a very unhealthy relationship with food. So I guess trigger warning, but not really, because I'm not gonna go too much in depth in it. But I was orthorexic at one point, which was the obsession of eating clean, healthy food and not being able to like live life without, you know, eating meals from home and eating super clean and being hyper focused on food. It was really, really bad. And there is a difference between just wanting to be healthy and that, which somebody had commented on my video one time being like, there's no issue with wanting to eat healthy, and that's not the mindset that I was in. I used to binge eat. I was in binge eating cycles for many, many years of my life. I don't think I've ever really mentioned this because I don't really talk about it too much, but I was bulimic. So when I would binge eat or when I would eat anything out of my diet, I would just bring it up because I didn't want to keep it in my body, because I either didn't want to gain weight, but mainly because I was orthorexic. Anytime I would binge eat and go off my diet, I was like, oh my God, it's not good for me. I need this out of my body. And that's what I would do. I didn't go to a very low weight in my life because I would eat normally. Like any food that I deemed that was healthy, I would eat. Like I had no problem keeping it in my body or whatever. But the moment I would go off my diet, which was all the time because I had a emotional connection to food. I ate candy a lot. I was also very strict on myself, so I could never even stick to a diet. I was just all over the place. I would do that. I talk about it a lot in my book, The Ultimate Glow Up Guide. I bring you guys through a journey. I don't really talk too much about like the eating disorder situation, but you know, I bring that up. I talk about the self-sabotaging cycle. I talk about getting to the root as to why we continue to get into these unhealthy cycles, whether that's with health, fitness, you know, body image, self-hate, all of that. That was the beginning of my glow up journey, and you know, nothing ever really sticked, nothing really ever lasted until I understood what was going on internally with me, and I healed my relationship with food. I healed my relationship to myself in the way that I looked at myself. I accepted myself more, and I got out of my own way, and now I eat and move in a way that's very unique and healthy and beautiful and nourishing to me, which means not every single week is the same. My body goes through many things, like one being my cycle. I cycle sync. I talk a lot about cycle syncing on my channel, which I'll have some videos down below. So not every single week is going to be the same, especially just depending on what I'm doing for workouts, things like that. But with that said, for sure, I like to meal prep. And now I took a very long period of time off of meal prepping and planning and caring a lot about working out and body image and things when I was trying to heal. It really, really helped me. Again, I talk about that a little bit in my book. But now that I'm at a really healthy place, I can kind of sit here and be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make my meals for the week. And you can do that even as you're healing. But for me, it wasn't that beneficial because I knew what I needed to do anyways. Like, it was never sitting down and making a plan that was the issue. It was an internal thing. But now I make plans that are very balanced and I am realistic. Like I know myself and I know what is too much and what's too little. So anyways, let's talk about my quick workouts I'm going to be doing for the week. Okay, so I put everything on my Notion, okay? So actually something that I did for May actually is I went in here and I have all of my content or my platforms like separated. So I have YouTube, podcast, Instagram, and then I have health, and I have brand work. So anytime I have any sort of brand work to do, I open a Notion template and then I just like write out all the things that I need so I don't miss anything. So what I did when I was actually sick is I basically incorporated Q2 and 3. Q2 and 3 just mean April, May, June, July, August, September. So basically all of summer. Now things obviously change, but I just like to have a rough outline of different content ideas for YouTube, my podcast, and Instagram that I want to do. Especially for summer, I feel like I'm way more motivated to create content. So in each one, I have different pillars of my content topics that I like to talk about, and I kind of come up with some ideas for, let's say, wellness videos, self-care videos. Sorry, my camera died. I don't remember what I was talking about, but regardless, this is what I do. So this is actually a good thing to do every month if you're interested, is to go on Notion and just make something really cute. And I don't know, whether it's like work or workouts or whatever you have going on in your life, goals, and just write out different ideas or things that you want to accomplish every single month. I think that this is important if you actually want to see progress in your life, is to write out what it is that you actually want to see. And so this is my current little program. Very, very simple. It's so crazy because when I used to do this back in the day, especially in college, like it'd be like 10 pages of like detailed things that were not needed. I needed to put my camera on here. So the first workout that I'm gonna be doing is the CAS hip thrusts, which KAS hip thrusts are basically a shorter range of motion than going all the way down to a barbell hip thrust. You're just kind of going like halfway and back up, halfway, back up. That targets more of the glutes, and I've been doing full range hip thrusts for a very long time, so I want to change that up. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'm actually going to be supersetting with single leg dumbbell hip thrusts. So I'm going to be in the same position, one leg, and I'm going to put a dumbbell on my hip area, and I'm just going to like burn that out a little bit. I haven't done any sort of supersets in a very long time and a lot of volume work, so I want to kind of ramp up just doing more at the gym, just a little bit more, not too much. So I'm going to do that, and I usually do 5 sets of everything. Sometimes I'll do 4 sets, just depending the weight that I'm working at. And the next thing that I'm going to be doing after those 2 will be barbell curtsy lunges. So bars on my back, and instead of going straight back into a reverse lunge, I'm kind of going on an angle to work the side of my glute a little bit more. But a reverse lunge is also really good for the top half of your glute as well. Just the range of motion and how much you're stretching the muscle is really, really good for that. So I'm going to be really focusing on slowing down, pressing through my heel, just really taking my time with those movements. And that's all I'm going to do for that workout, because there's a lot of single leg movements and I'm going to be doing a lot of sets, and I'm going to be taking my time with doing everything. And then the second workout that I'll be doing, which again, I will probably skip a day. I'll probably do like yoga, or I'll take a rest day, just depending. The second workout is basically a full body workout, and I have not done upper body in a very long time. The only upper body that I ever do is anything body weight, if I'm doing any sort of like yoga class, or just simply doing deadlifts, which naturally are going to work your back and your biceps, and even sometimes like curtsy lunges. So I kind of want to add in a few more movements for my upper body, because I really should be, you know, training a little bit of that. And I want to make sure that I am very balanced throughout my body when it comes to strength. So for this workout, I'm going to be doing my Romanian deadlifts, which I already still do, but in between, as I'm resting, I'm going to be doing high plank. So you know, the regular plank, instead of going on your elbows, you're going to go on your hands. So basically like you're about to do like a push-up essentially. And I usually have like a dumbbell underneath my hand on one side, and I use my other arm to grab it and drag it onto the other side, and then I drag it back. So obviously that's working your core a lot and your balance, because you're basically lifting one hand off the ground. So I'm gonna do a superset of those 5 sets, and then I'm gonna do some cable machine work, because I haven't done a lot of cable machine work in a long time, and I really want to target, like I said, the sides of my glutes a little bit more. And I do think compound movements are way better to work even those small muscles, but sometimes it's good to focus on some isolation movements. So what I'm going to be doing is single arm lat rows. So I'm going gonna basically be kneeling down on a cable machine, and I'm gonna be grabbing the cable and I'm gonna be rowing like this. It's also gonna work your core a lot, so I'm gonna do that, and then the other side I'm gonna go alternate. And since I'm at the cable machine, which I like to do, I like to be really efficient and kind of do everything around each other, is I'm gonna do cable adductor. So I'm gonna be standing up and my leg is gonna go out to the side like here, and let's say this is my glute, I'll be working like this area of my glute, and then I'm gonna do 5 sets of those, and that is all that I'm going to do. And I'm going to again cycle through those workouts as much as I can. So basically the next day that I am not sore, I'm going back into the gym and I'm doing whatever workout that I didn't do last. And then I'm doing hot yoga twice a week. So I do Bikram yoga, which is different. Well, I mean, there's many types of yoga where I don't really know what the other ones are called, but I really don't enjoy yoga where it's like a flow into warrior and then like warrior 2 and then you're down doing a cobra and then you're back and this, that, and like really flowy. I know a lot of people love that, but I just don't really enjoy it. But Bikram yoga, essentially it's 26 poses. You do the same poses every single class, which I love. I love the structure. I love knowing exactly what I'm doing. And with those poses, every single class, you can just get better at your strength, your stability, but also your flexibility. I cannot even believe how flexible I am from doing yoga, how strong I am, how stable I am, and honestly how my body, my legs especially, have been changing so much in the past month and a half just by doing this Bikram yoga. And we do it in a very hot room. Oh my god, my camera keeps dying, so I just like put on my leggings and I'm about to go. Like I was saying, I do Bikram yoga, 26 poses. It's super hot. It's literally the hottest thing. My friend came to the class with me the other day. She's like, that's the hottest yoga class I've ever done, but it's the best sweat, and on top of that you're just like, it's such a mental game. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing those 2 workouts, just switching back and forth as many times as I can throughout the month. And I'm doing at least hot yoga twice a week, but honestly sometimes I do it 3 times, and I walk every single day. I'm going to be walking so much more now that it's warm out, and the other days I'm just leaving it up to whatever I want. And I feel like that just really works for me. And the more I stay specific and I be consistent, that is where I see results. You don't see results when you keep changing things 1,000 million times and you're wondering when it's gonna happen and maybe I should do it like this because I'm not seeing results. No, stick to something simple, stick to something that you're gonna actually enjoy and continuously go, and you will see results. That is how I've seen really amazing results in my body, in my life, in my mind, in my health, by being very minimal and consistent versus just overwhelming myself. Okay, so for meals, not every single day is the same depending on if I'm going to do a workout or not. Sometimes, let's say if I have yoga in the morning, I probably won't even really eat anything because I don't want to go to hot yoga on a full stomach, and I'll eat after, but I need to make sure that I'm having like a full meal before I go work out if I'm doing legs. So it completely depends, but for the most part, I'm pretty consistent. For now, I have for breakfast eggs, turkey bacon, and toast. That is basically the simplest, easiest thing that I can make in the morning. That just fills me up and I actually enjoy eating that. Post-workout, I usually tend to go for a smoothie just because it's the quickest, and I am usually really hungry and tired and don't want to make anything right away. And I actually should mention, I have a food ideas Pinterest board that I just save really yummy looking meals to, and then I just go on there when it's time to make my meals. And I don't follow any sort of recipes because I cannot be bothered, but I just kind of get some inspo. So one of the smoothies that I saw on Pinterest that I'm really like craving, like I really want it right now, is a simple strawberry banana smoothie that this girl had with protein. So I'm just gonna make sure to stock up on frozen strawberries probably with banana, and I have grass-fed vanilla whey protein that I really like, so I'll add that in. And I was considering getting coconut milk because I do want to add some healthier fat into my diet a little bit more. That's like one thing that I want to make sure that I'm adding in. I make sure to really focus on high protein. If you guys haven't really realized, but you'll realize every meal I really like to try and make sure that I'm hitting protein intake, but I don't count, I don't obsess, it's not a big thing, but I do feel the best when I'm eating higher protein, and it's so good for your muscles, it's so good for your hormones, even outside of like growing your muscles muscles or anything like that. It's just important, especially for a woman. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get some coconut milk and add that in, and I'm gonna also add in my athletic greens because I have them. For lunch, I want to make a chicken pasta with a side salad, only because I'm gonna make a side salad for my steak, but I want to make this chicken pasta. I don't really know what I'm gonna, like how I'm gonna make it. I'll probably just get some sauce, some noodles that I think are really yummy, and I kind of want to get breaded chicken, but we will see. And I'll just probably bake the chicken and then make the pasta very simply and then add everything together. And for dinner, I'm probably just gonna go with steak this week because I am getting my period. So steak is great for me personally, especially when I am menstruating, but I do love steak. It's just one of my favorite things, and it's so high in protein. So I'll have steak for dinner. It's easy to make as well. I'll probably make a side of rice with it just so I can have it throughout the week. And I do want to add a little bit more greens into my diet. So I'm considering just making not a Greek salad, which if you guys know, then you know I always eat that, but I just kind of want to have some sort of like, I don't know, I'm craving a arugula type of salad with some like balsamic vinaigrette type of energy, and that way I can have it on the side of my steak, but also I can have it like with my pasta, whatever. And then for snacks, I've really just been trying, when I do have a sweet tooth, just to get some fruit instead of chocolate or processed stuff. I don't get too much of that, and because I don't restrict anything, I will, you know, if I'm craving a donut, I'll go grab a donut. It doesn't happen often because I don't restrict myself anymore, so I don't ever even have as many cravings as I used to back in the day, because my diet is balanced. I'm not emotionally eating, I'm not restricting things, so I don't really like have those cravings anymore. And even if I do, and I, you know, decide to get a donut or decide to indulge in some chocolate, I don't even overeat it. I don't overeat it because my hunger signals are balanced. I don't feel like I need it. I'm not relying on this food to make me feel any sort of way. Like, it's completely different. Like, the emotional side is completely different, which I talk about in my book, like I said. So I just wrote dark chocolate, fruit, and I've been really wanting to add more matcha into my diet. So I'm gonna try and experiment with making matcha, because I do have Peak Life's little packets of their Sun Goddess matcha, and I basically have everything that I need. I have ice and milk, and then I just need the matcha. Actually, I do need vanilla though. I would like some vanilla, and I do need honey as well. So anyways, with all that said, that is what my diet and what my workouts were gonna be looking like. My diet's gonna definitely change. Like, probably next week I'll change up the chicken pasta to something else. Now, I know it is motivating to see my meals and my workouts, so I think when I'm done my period, which will be next week, I will record maybe a vlog of just like healthy eating and moving my body and things like that, just to show you guys, because I think that it's motivating and I do like those type of videos. You guys are currently sitting on my water station that completely decided to overflow last night. It didn't decide, I did it, okay? It was me. I am the toxic one in this relationship. So it is like, this is Juliet Has a Gun perfume, unreal. Although my favorite all-time perfume is Zara Red Temptation. It is, I don't know what to tell you other than it's pure light and love. So it is 18 degrees out, which is wild to me. Like, if I go outside right now, it's really gonna feel like 18. It's wild. Like, all of a sudden it's just summer. I mean, 18 degrees is still not like the hottest, but anyways, it's definitely warm. So I'm not gonna wear my jacket. Okay, I'm gonna wear this aloe jacket. This is like my Sherpa. I always bring a tote bag when I go out. I have a million of them. This is a little bit wrinkly because I did wash this, but this is one of my favorites. This is from my management team from last year. But when you go on a hot girl walk, okay, you can't just go on a hot girl walk with nothing. You need to be prepared. Now, sometimes I like to have like a little fanny pack moment, but because we are doing a few things, we need this tote. One, we need headphones, which I've been loving these. These have been my ride or dies all fall and winter, but I will say I kind of want to get AirPods again, only because I do crave sometimes not having these big headphones on my ears, especially when it's sunny out and I want to wear my sunglasses. When I put these on and the sunglasses, it's too much. And I did have AirPods, which I was like, cool, I'll just use these whenever I want, and then the AirPods, and basically the week of buying these, I don't know what happened. I think I threw my AirPods out. I don't know. So I might actually consider buying headphones again. Now, if I remember correctly, when I got the prints last time, they only had like small bags, and because I think these prints are gonna be a little bit big, I kind of want to bring one of my reusable bags that are bigger just in case, because if I'm gonna be walking around, I don't want that to be the reason why I don't go into another store. So I'm gonna bring this. This doesn't look that big, but it's actually huge. I always lug all of my groceries in this. So I am going to put that in this bag. Okay, my camera died once again. I just can't be bothered with everything today. I'm actually gonna bring this water bottle, which is like my Athletic Greens with some electrolytes in it, because I don't want to hold a huge water bottle in my bag and to weigh it down. I have my Amazon sunglasses, which I can link down below. They're the best sunglasses. I've probably had these I've had these since 2020 now that I think about it, because I remember buying these during the pandemic. So I've had these for so many years, and I have ones in black as well. They were like $10. I'm pretty sure they still have them on Amazon, and they're the best sunglasses ever. I have my New Balances on, and yes, I'm wearing them in my place right now because I need to wipe the floors down. Okay, let's go. Back, and I feel like shit, but I got some more medication, so I will be, well, actually I already took some, and I took some nighttime one because I'm about to knock out. I need to sleep for a while, but I figured I would show you guys what I got. I'm gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay, listen, so I walked to Staples and I picked up the prints, which I'm gonna show you guys right now. I also ended up buying, where are they? I ended up buying these little skull candy headphones because first of all, they were $25. They were on sale. Originally they were like $30 or $40. But I also have their headphones, and they have been nothing but good for me, and they're just so affordable. And if I can get these for $25, why am I gonna spend $100 and whatever they are for AirPods? And there's warranty on it. So I got these. I was listening to them, but they ended up dying because obviously I took them out of the package, but they're great. That's all I wanted, was just headphones where I could still wear my, sunglasses. And then as I was walking to Winners, St. Lawrence Market was right there. So I was like, you know what? Let me go grab some tulips. But when I went in, the doors that I went in, there was like a bunch of fresh produce. So I was like, damn, maybe I should get some stuff. So anyways, I got a few things. Not really impulse, because I've actually been craving this and I've been wanting to get it. I got this fresh bag of arugula, which is perfect for the salad that I said that I really wanted. And I got some tomatoes. They were in like a little green basket, but she poured it in there. I kind of wanted the basket, but whatever, they're gonna recycle it. And I've been wanting the rainbow cherry tomatoes instead of the ones that I always get at the grocery store. So that's really, there's something about having different colors in your food that's, it's actually good for you. The more color in your food, the more micronutrients you're getting, the more diversity, it's great for your gut. But I don't know, I just think that like aesthetically wise, it looks good, especially with like a good balsamic. Like these two with some feta cheese and balsamic drizzle. Oh my God, I'm so down for that. And what really stopped me was some watermelon. So I grabbed some of this and some more fresh strawberries. Honestly, fruit is something that I'm always craving, especially when I'm not feeling the best. And then I stopped and I got some tulips because I'm like, if I'm here, I might as well get them. But it was so packed in there. Like in the city in general, it is so busy, which, you know, it is what it is. People can only go out when they can go out. You know, usually the weekends are the times where people don't work, and that's when they can go out. But thankfully, because I work from home, I can go out whenever, but sometimes I just forget that the weekends are so much more busier because I usually go out during the week, which is fine because I'll just remember to do more of that, especially now that it's summer. So after the market, I went to Winners. They did not have the duvet covers. So I think maybe I got my duvet cover set when I did get it a long time ago. Maybe it was at HomeSense because I've been to 2 Winners now and it doesn't seem like they carry those, which is fine. I'll just look online. Oh my God, this is sick. Okay. So this is what they look like. This is the what you feel you can attract. This one is what you imagine you become, and then what you think you create. I love these colors. So I'm just gonna lay them out so they kind of get a little bit flat, and I'm honestly just gonna use tape and put them up in my room, which I'll show you guys when I do that, but I'll do that after my nap. So I'm going to rest and then I will vlog in a little bit. Good morning. But it's not morning. I don't even know what time it is. Maybe it's like 5, I'm not sure. I just woke up. My bed seems like a pile of a mess because it is, but I have a serious sleeping situation always going on. I have been sitting in my bed for like 30 minutes. I ate most of that watermelon, which was fire. So let's tackle the prints now. As you can see, I flattened them out with all of my author copies of my book, which is just so beautiful and stunning. Look at her. So many of you guys have been really enjoying the fact that my book also has journal prompts in here, so you can actually write the second half of the book. I give you guys a lot of different prompts depending on the chapter that we're talking about or the things that we're discussing. Anyways, with that said, let's put these up. I don't know about you, but that looks nice. This literally has changed the vibe of my room so much with these colors. I was gonna say 3 colors, but there's more than 3. This looks like it's bigger than that, but it's just the way that my camera is picking this up. But oh my God, I love it. Okay, so I cleaned my room, so everything is where it is supposed to be. I just love this background on my computer, okay guys? I made this on Canva, obviously. I'll actually link the video that I showed you how to make this on my channel. It is so cute. The aesthetics are giving. Sun is setting. I do need to wash my windows. I'm gonna do it the day that I bring out my balcony stuff, which honestly could have been today if I wasn't sick, but that's fine. We got my bedside books right now that I'm reading. I'm reading a lot. Divine Compensation. I haven't started this one yet, or Dare to Lead, but I have read this and I'm reading it again because I love this stuff. And then the stars of the show. Now I was considering maybe these need to be lower a little bit, but then I was like, if this doesn't line up to that, that's gonna annoy me. So we're gonna keep it here for now. I have my laundry basket here. We'll figure it out. I'm not exactly sure, but I love this. It just livens up my room so much. And to wake up every single day and have some sort of affirmation and color in my face, I just feel like this brings out everything that I need. Now that leads me to this side because I really do need something on this side now. I don't know what. I also don't want to fill up my walls too much. I remember back in the day when I used to have those J14 magazines, I would have like Chris Brown all plastered everywhere on my walls, okay? I'm not joking. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the vlog here because it is 6 p.m. and I'm not gonna go grocery shopping because, like I've been saying, I haven't been feeling well and my appetite is just not there, so I just don't want to go get a bunch of stuff, let it sit, and waste it. I am happy that I have ideas ready to go and my workouts ready to go. Basically, whenever it is that my body wants to get better, which will be very soon. If that means tomorrow is going to be another rest, then that is just what it's going to be. If I have to push off filming for another day, then I might just have to do that, only because I sound kind of stuffy. So I'll see how I feel tomorrow. And if not, then I'll just do everything on Monday, like the filming the brand deals, which won't take me too long anyways. And then that's when I'll go grocery shopping. I definitely will start vlogging more of those days, like when I'm cooking workouts, just things obviously that I'm doing in the city. I show you guys a lot already, but let me know the type of content that you guys like. If you guys like reset routines, I feel like I'm trying to do more content that is the most natural to my life. I am somebody who, this is what I do. I do a lot of this. I do a lot of resetting, weekly resettings, but also monthly resettings. Like what I just did today, I do a lot of that. I move my body a lot. I cook. I'm always cooking. I don't love to spend a lot of time cooking, but I'm always making something. I'm doing a lot of skincare and like hair care, self-care type of things as well. And here and there, yes, I will go out with my friends. Now that it's spring and summer, we have a million things that we want to do, like go to different parks, just go around Toronto, just having a good, like, girly, wholesome day. So that's technically what I do on a week-to-week basis. Throughout the week, obviously, I'm filming, I'm editing, I am studying, I take on clients sometimes, which is kind of things that I don't really film because there's nothing really to film. But I think I'm just gonna start doing more reset videos and obviously just like healthy habits and things that I am doing on a week-to-week basis, because that's just my life. It's not like I haven't been doing that, but I feel like sometimes I'll think of like a specific topic for the video, which is totally fine and I love it, but I want those topics to be really just relevant to exactly what I'm doing, so I can kind of show you instead of just talk. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was your, I don't know, reminder to also just give yourself as much time as you need to rest or to catch up on things, whether you're going through something, whether you're sick, or whether you're just like not motivated. Don't feel like you have to always keep up with the Joneses, and also make your resets, like your monthly resets or even your weekly resets, something that is unique to you. And I kind of bring it back to those affirmations that I made. That is something that works for me, to create some affirmations and put it on my phone that are very specific. There are people who do different things when it comes to goal setting and planning. I'm a very visual person. I like to see the affirmations. I'm also an affirmation person and I write a lot, I journal a lot, but I also really love mood boards. I like aesthetic things, like even this. A lot of visual stuff, but also words, written word, and journaling a lot are things that just really keep my mind where I want it to be, keeps me on top of my goals, and just really enjoying life. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!